To create a box plot, we need something called a 5-number summary, and we need to calculate outliers, which we covered in another video. The 5-number summary is the minimum value of the data set, the first quartile or lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile or third quartile, and the maximum. Outliers are then computed using the interquartile range and then factored into the box plot. So we can see in the box plot below what is plotted. So we have an x-axis that shows the data and labels the values that we're graphing. Then we've got a box, right? It's called a box plot, so there is a box. And we notice that the left edge of the box is Q1, the value for Q1, and the right edge of the box is placed at the value for Q3. We create our box, and then we plot the median in its proper place according to our x-axis. Now from there, if we have any outliers, those are plotted. This data set has quite a few. And then we pick the next highest value just inside the outliers for the end of our what are called whiskers. And then we connect the box to the whisker, and we do the same on the low end. We note any outliers, and we find the next highest value in this set that is not an outlier, and we mark the end, and then we connect that whisker to the box. So let's see an example. Right, we're going to compute the 5-number summary, identify outliers, and create a box plot for the data set 37, 82, 20, 25, 31, 10, 41, 44, 4, 36, and 68. Using my TI calculator, I found the 5-number summary. The minimum value is 4, the lower quartile is 20, the median is 36, the upper quartile is 44, and the maximum value is 82. We compute the interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1, or in other words, 44 minus 20, which is 24. So to calculate any outliers, we find Q1 minus 1.5 times the interquartile range. And we look for any value less than that. In this data set, that would be negative 16. All of our values are positive, so there are no low outliers. So there are no values less than negative 16 in our list, so there's no outliers on the low end. However, on the upper end, Q3 plus 1.5 times the interquartile range is 44 plus 1.5 times 24 gives us 80, which tells us that 82 is an outlier. So if 82 is an outlier, I want to note what's the next largest value in the set, and a quick scan tells me that 68 is the next largest. So I want to keep that in mind. So for my my box plot, I'm going to actually use 68 for the end of my whisker. So let's see what that looks like. So we're going to take our 5-number summary, our minimum of 4, our lower quartile of 20, our median of 36, upper quartile of 44, and our max of 82, but 82 is an outlier. So the first thing I want to do is plot my box. So remember the box Q1, my lower quartile was 20, and my upper quartile is 44. So 44 is right about there, just below 45. And then I also want to put in the median, which is 36. So there's 35, 36 is right in between there, right? So there's our median. Okay, so we've got the box portion of our box plot taken care of. The next thing we want to do is put in the outlier and create the whiskers. Box plots are sometimes called box and whisker plots, and you'll see there are whiskers, right? Some extensions outside of the box. So let's take a look at how to do that. Okay, so we've added in our median, which is about 36, and I've noted my outlier over here at 82, and my minimum at 4 here. But remember we said 68 was the next highest value that wasn't an outlier. So I want to plot that. So 68 is right about there, right? And then all I need to do is connect the whiskers to the box. Need the line tool again. There we go. Right, and then we're going to connect that to the box. And that's our box plot, right? So remember that one edge is Q1. This is the median. That's where you put the line in the box. The upper edge of the box is Q3. This was our outlier. And this was our minimum. So the outlier was also our max, but because then it was our maximum, 68, then our next highest value becomes the end of our whisker. So this gives us a visual representation of the data, 100% of our data.